Yeah, I got my name put on the agenda. I'd like to know if you'll approve Gary Campbell to buy a piece of culvert to put in that ditch behind his garage and close in that ditch. He will buy the culvert pipe, whatever you call for, and you pay to put it. You pay to have it put in. Probably Pat Lowry or somebody. Okay.
Well, we have got to get up there and look that over. That is a total mess up there.
Yeah. Excuse me, I'm talking here. Take it outside, please.
That comes down, the water comes off the hill over there at Trish's house. It comes across the road, it floods across that road. We have got to do something up there. The catch basins, I don't know if they're clogged or what the problem is, but that's just a disaster.
We'd have to dig up the whole side of that on the east side of the road.
But it just,
Kevin
something has got to be done.
Kevin and I have been up there quite a few times and we've seen it, and
Yeah, but we gotta quit seeing it and start doing something about it.
well, they're clogged up, and we tried to assess the situation. We was up there the last time and trying to see exactly what we could do at the time.
It's not gonna be a very easy job being on a state highway, so on and so forth. We'll have to have flaggers and stuff out there, even begin with, some sort of traffic control because of the wide hill coming over that hill. It's not gonna be a good thing.
Well, I understand it. And I've been coming to these council meetings, and I've been on council, and we can sit here and look at that damn thing all day long, but until somebody fixes it. I mean, how many times we have to look at it and assess it before somebody says, hey, let's get it fixed?
Well,
You know,
One issue there also, to be honest. You know how much you figure it's gonna probably cost us?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Kevin, does the whole culvert need replaced across the road?
I'm figuring it probably does across the road where they tie in there, it goes along.
Oh, I don't think it does.
Everybody
I think it's more the catch basins need cleaned, a good cleaning.
Well, the
And
pipe-
the pipe goes down
The
in
pipe
front
is-
of John's house, goes down to the corner, and then goes across, and goes down that ditch beside Gary Campbell's house.
There's a line there somewhere, is what
And,
it's what I've been told in the past when it was done years ago. There is a line there, and it's smaller and not larger.
It's flawed. It's flawed.
Okay, let me address this, please. I am recording this because I don't want anybody to back out and say I didn't say you can put that culvert in there. Okay? It's agreed now that Gary Campbell can put it in, right?
Yes.
He'll buy the pipe and you'll have somebody install it.
We'll have somebody install it then? Now, where's this ditch part are we talking about?
Right behind the garage he just built.
Oh, right beside the garage.
between his garage and Petey Mac's house, there's an open ditch.
Okay.
He wants to put a culvert down in there and cover it up.
It's about 10 feet long.
Yeah, it's
The,
not much.
the piece of pipe that he's gonna buy is about 10 feet long. You're gonna have somebody install it?
As far as putting it in the ditch, whatever size the ditch is, we'll just have to see.
Okay.
I'll have to have.
I don't want you backing on Kevin, and you know for a fact that I asked for this. First time I asked for this was 22 years ago when Sandy Stoney was the clerk of council and Bill St. Noy was mayor. It got half cleaned out at that time. It filled up fully, and Brian Newhart dug it out 9 years ago, and you said that you invented a tool to clean out that piece of culvert. Okay, now let me finish. I asked Jeff if it was okay for you to use the fire truck to go up there and blow that out, and he agreed in the meeting, and it's in my notes. Okay? It never got done. That thing is plugged up tight. Somebody's going to need to dig it out. If it's beyond your capability, your village capability, the street worker or whoever, I have no qualm in asking you hire somebody, another company, to come out here and open up that piece of culvert. Okay, and it's probably going to wind up costing you some money to get a ditch witch out here, whatever you got to do to open that up. Roto-rooter guy or whatever it is, bring out a big one and drill that out. Okay, you said, and you said it again tonight, that the east side of the street, the 285, is plugged up. That is absolutely wrong. I've said it before. I'm saying it again tonight. It is absolutely incorrect. If you go where Cindy Casper's house is, right where my mailboxes are, there's a hole in the ground that goes down into a culvert. If you go to where that pallet is, there's a big open crater out there right next to the road. You can look down there and see the water flow through. If you go on the other side, the south side of that alley, you can see that catch basin. It's flowing there. If you go just south of Webster's, now it's the other Webster's, garage, and look right there in front of Joe's house, there's a great big 6x6 culvert. It's not plugged. That water, if you put dye in that water, I told you this before, you never looked at it. You put dye in any of those culverts, and you go back down on Robbins Road where that barn used to be that burned down, you can see that dye come out of there. There is nothing plugged up even going across 285. It runs freely. The part that's plugged up and the part that I've always asked to have opened up is the part on the west side. Right there where Gary Campbell, he owns the property now, where the driveway is. Okay? As it stands right now, and I'm saying this again, I asked 9 years ago, and I've been on you and on you and on you, and he agreed to let you use a fire truck, and on you, time is gone. The garage is going to be up this week, and the man will not have access to that because that pipe is still plugged up. When are you going to get some roto-rooter guy out there and unplug that? And when are you going to get somebody to install this pipe so we can close that in? I'm going to suspend you because it's been 9 years and I didn't suspend you. I've been a good old boy saying, okay. Okay is not good enough.
Everything was just fine until Gary put his garage in, and I'm not blaming him.
No, everything has not ever been just fine.
Calm down.
Excuse me, what I told you 9 years ago is that water is running across the street, and it comes from Bill Lackney's house, it comes from Juanita Graham's house, it comes down that driveway across the street, and it was going in Gary Campbell's basement. And Gary Campbell was losing it. I don't know how many other people were here to hear me say this, but his house is getting flooded because of that thing being plugged up. Now, don't say that it has never been a problem until right now when he's building the garage. I asked for this 9 years ago. It's in the minutes. Lori's got it recorded on her audio, which I also have a copy. I've got it recorded in my minutes also. So don't say this is something that all of a sudden just came up because he built a garage.
Nick,
I
is there more than 100 feet between where it comes across and daylight's out? Would you say?
I don't understand the question, Jeff.
Okay, normally, if you're putting anything in anywhere, you have to put a catch basin about every 100 feet so that it can be cleaned out. That's what I'm asking. If there's a catch basin close there that we could get into to even check it. A fire truck, I'll be honest with you, a fire truck won't open it up.
That's what you said
It just won't.
3 years after Kevin invented the tool. That's what you said.
What happens, anything you bring out of there comes to the end, and then you can't even get your hose back out. Well, the proper way to do that is it's only $750,000 for a truck that does that. So,
That's where the roto-rooter guy comes in. You use his truck and pay him.
The state of
I
Ohio.
don't know if
Yep, Mark was supposed to bring it down.
if you went to the right person with the state,
Yeah.
we've got one.
I know.
They may help.
Are you the right person?
I know.
No, it's not right.
It's not instruction.
I talked to Mark afterwards about 3 years ago, and they were gonna bring the truck in and clean it out for us, and then it broke down. And then
From,
I talked to Mark, the engineer, he's
okay,
left.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
he was
he's the
gonna
wrong
bring-
person now too. He
I
might-
know. I've never met the new gal yet.
New girl.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
yeah, don't
Yeah.
start there.
Okay.
Um,
But, the trouble is the culvert on the west side is about 2 feet lower to pick up the other culverts going on down around the curve. The culvert, when it dumps out underneath 285, is about 2 feet lower than the culvert that goes on around the curve into Gary's. You know, around Gary's house.
There's a Y in there in front of Gary's house.
Yeah.
It's not out in the middle of the street. There's a Y in front of. It's the piece in front of Gary's house that needs opened up. If it was opened up, it would also come out on Robbins Road. I've also got to call into the county to get that piece of pipe there repaired. It's on the list to get repaired. When are we going to get it done? Okay, when is as soon as you can? As soon as you can doesn't mean 9 more years, Kevin.
This is your answer you're gonna get as soon as we can.
Okay, let me say this. I asked for this 9 years ago, okay? I am prepared to go out and pay the Roto-Rooter guy to come out and clean that thing out and take you to court for not doing your job and cleaning out your culverts. And let the judge determine who's going to wind up paying for that. Okay? I'm not waiting another 9 years for you to say, we'll get it taken care of. The man's got a garage standing there. He's not going to be able to use it because the culvert's plugged up.
Right. Calm.
Am I worked up? 9 years goes by, nothing happens, Kevin. Now you're telling me again, we'll get it taken care of. I want to know when. Please tell me when.
As soon as we can. That is your answer.
Okay, when is as soon as we can?
As soon as we can. That's it.
That is not good enough, Kevin. As soon as we can. Does that mean in 9 more years?
It might be 9 days, it might be another year. Rick, that's your answer.
This is something that he agreed that you could have used the truck 5 years ago to take care of with that tool that you invented. It never got done then. This needs to get taken care of now. It's spring, it's not winter, it needs to get taken care of now. Who's going to pick up the phone and call a Roto-Rooter guy or the state guy, and I don't care who you call to unplug it.
We're going to call the Roto-Rooter.
Whoever you got to call to get it taken care of. You can't do it yourself, you already admitted to that. You're going to have to pick up the phone and call somebody to get that thing cleaned out. And you know for a fact that Brian Newhart dug that thing out by hand so you could get down there and get it cleaned out, and it's all filled right back in again. So somebody's going to have to bring a backhoe in there and get that cleaned out so you can see the culvert. I want to know when this is going to get done. I'm not going to say as soon as we can because I'm not going to, I'm not going to live 9 more years to watch you push this off down the side. I want to know when it's going to get done. Is somebody going to make a phone call tomorrow?
Rick, I've given you your answer.
That is not sufficient.
This conversation.
That is not sufficient. That is not an acceptable answer. That is not an acceptable answer, Mr. Mayor. I want an answer as to when somebody is going to tackle this problem, approach it, and get it fixed. Give me a suspense date that it'll be fixed within 30 days, that it'll at least be started within 7 days. Give me an answer what's going to happen here. Not when we can get to it, because 9 years went by, we never got to it. Obviously. I'm not going to wait, Kevin. I want an answer. When?
I don't know how much, I don't have any idea.
Okay.
Do we even have enough, do we have money anywhere that we could do this?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Unless you go out for estimates, I can't answer. I don't know how much
I mean,
backhoe and street repair and culvert replacement costs. Jeff, do you have a name to someone at ODOT in Jacktown that I can call and see if we can use the truck? If you give me their name,
I would call
will
David
call.
Wright. David Wright.
David Ray?
He's only gonna be there for 30 more days, we're calling.
Okay, is he out of Jacktown? Is he out of Jacktown?
Yes, yeah, he's the big man right now.
You know his exact title?
He's the HMA.
And what is it specifically I should ask for, equipment wise?
Let him know that we don't have $750,000 to buy this truck, and you're aware that they have a truck available, and you understand all the regulations about the state giving us money, but that doesn't allow us to purchase this truck to do this type of work.
It's called a
Well,
Vector truck.
Vector?
Vac truck. is what it's
Super
called,
sucker, Vector.
If you explain to them that you guys would have the culvert opened up in a couple different locations, my question would be, who actually put that culvert in, Nick, that runs back this? You're telling me the water comes across the road and then runs back this way?
The water comes across the road and goes into this ditch. It's supposed to go into the culvert and go south in front of Gary Campbell's house and come around the corner down Robbins Road and come out in that ditch down there. That's what it's supposed to do. Right there at the driveway, it is totally plugged up. You saw it.
Yeah.
You saw it.
But did Billy put this pipe in that way, or?
I have.
how did-
The main culvert underneath is.
I'd say it was put in when the state route was put
The main
in.
culvert, but that's not normal for us to run the culvert across the road, we just usually daylight them out. And if there's a ditch runs down past your place or past,
Yeah.
You-
Goes down
Yeah,
Roberts
you-
Road, and then right where the ditch opens up, that's where it all dumps out. It's supposed to.
No, it used to go back behind Shirley Talby's.
Yeah.
It goes down in
Oh.
that, it goes
Yes,
down
it
into
did.
the
That
creek.
ditch, that culvert originally dumped out right there in that holler there at Shirley Talby's.
up towards next a little bit.
Way up, right in Gary Campbell's backyard. We're talking 175 feet from Shirley Talby's.
It went
Doesn't,
right down through
there's a
that
ditch
culvert.
down there, the county keeps
And
it
then
cleaned
they
out.
tried to bring that culvert up around the curve, and they didn't shoot any elevations, they did it by eyeball. And the culvert going past Gary's is like, say,
Too
foot and a
high.
half too high to pick up that water coming out. So you're
Hard
looking
to
to
run water
change,
uphill without a pump.
yeah. You're looking
No,
to
it goes,
change,
it flows downhill. It flows right into it. It used to work.
well, it would fill up and then do, and that's how come the end of the
It filled up because there's
Yeah.
no catch basin there. Now, I didn't ask if y'all had put in a catch basin. It needs a catch basin to do it right. Like you said, 100 feet. If I was street commissioner, I'd say, you gotta put your catch basin in so you can clean this out. If you're not gonna do that, you're still gonna be in the same shape you're in right now.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's gonna
It
happen.
needs to be done right. You just did it by eyeball, you didn't throw bubble on it to make sure you've got flow.
I'd say the state probably put that culvert in when they put 285 in, many years ago.
The one that crosses over, but I don't think that it connected to it and brought it back to come around Gary, I guess.
Well, that's the way they drained it, and they used guardrail in there and signposts to hold that road, hold 285 back. I can live with that. Thank you, Jackie. If you're gonna make that phone call, I can live with that. At least we'll know whether the state can or cannot do it. At least we're taking a step in the positive direction.
And I'll give Pat Lowry a call, maybe this evening. or-
They can, and Dryer Flow in Zanesville has one of those trucks. Dryer Mallow in Columbus,
Environment food.
and Dryer Flow in Zanesville.
Bison still have one, man.
Now, we got a suck truck.
3 or 4. John Zimmer's got a
I
couple.
know Zimmer's got a back truck over an hour and a half.
Yeah,
I think
Zimmer's
they-
got one too.
They've
They got two of them. Got a little one and a big one. We use them to clean out the lift stations.
Kevin, thank you. Sorry it got vicious, but thank you.
Is that what you need to make?
That's it.